Welcome back to Beyond the Buzzer. I'm Dave Glavin here with Shay Sullivan. Shay, how are we tonight?
Doing excellent. Doing just fine. How are you?
Doing great. We've got a lot of news to get into tonight. I obviously want to start with no surprise here, the Brooklyn Nets,
Yep.
who fired slash mutually parted ways with Steve Nash today.
Mhm.
I want to start with one question. How much blame should Steve Nash get for the Nets' lack of success?
Zero. My answer, absolutely none. This, honestly, I'm surprised. We should have talked about this earlier. We kind of forgot about it, but they wanted Steve Nash gone for the season, and it didn't happen. They were like, "Oh, we're going to keep him. We're actually going to keep this guy." That the two superstars said they don't want and want to be traded because this guy sucks. But yeah, we're going to keep him. 7 games in, do you think
Gone.
they were throwing games? No, I don't think it was to that extent, but I don't know. This was due. This was almost planned.
If they had won tonight, like convincingly, maybe I'd be a little more skeptical. I don't think they were throwing games, but they didn't want him there.
No.
In 161 games as head coach, he had 83 different starting lineups. I was just trying to list some of the stuff he had to go through, like off the court drama. James Harden trade, obviously, to Brooklyn and then to Philly.
Mm.
The Kyrie vaccine stuff, the Ben Simmons not playing, KD's trade request, and now Kyrie's anti-Semitic endorsement this week.
Whatever.
I don't. I can't say none of it is his fault because I don't think he showed he was like a great X's and O's guy, but at the same
No,
time, it's Steve Nash, so he knows basketball.
he does. Famous legend
Yeah,
in the game.
two-time MVP. I'm hoping
Yeah,
he gets another opportunity elsewhere.
I think he will. He's still young,
Yeah.
but I also saw so the team that Steve Nash signed up to coach Harden, KD, excuse me, and Irving. They only played 16 games together
Mm-hmm.
under Nash. So he signed up for a job. He thought he was getting 3 superstars, easy, and they almost did it. I mean, KD was 1 inch away, and they
Mm-hmm.
win that series, probably go on to beat a couple other teams and, maybe win a championship that year. You never know. But he was close. I think, if that game goes the other way, we're talking a whole different story right now.
Believe they only lost 3 games when those guys played together out of those 15, 16, whatever it was. But
What a shame.
probably the greatest team that never was. Um, I remember when Harden got traded there, we thought it was a wrap.
That would have been nuts. Yeah. It was a wrap.
But
We were pissed. We were like, oh, this is stupid now.
Warriors all over again.
Yeah,
I guess,
not
I mean,
big.
that's gives more credit to the Warriors for making it work.
Good for them.
Within a few hours of announcing Nash was gone, Woj tweeted that Ime Udoka has emerged as the likely successor. Never a dull moment in the NBA. Assuming these Udoka rumors are true, is Brooklyn making the right move?
To hire Ime Udoka, I guess, because they are one franchise at this point that they're probably the only franchise that does not care. They have no reputation to hold up. They've got not like I can't understand this hiring. I do understand it. I mean, it's a great topic tonight, and I'm
Yeah.
glad we're on tonight, Tuesday nights. If you guys are just checking us out now, Tuesday nights, Beyond the Buzzer podcast. But perfect timing. And Ime Udoka, this works out great for the Celtics because they have a suspended coach, and now the Nets are taking. Excuse me, sorry. Well, the Nets are taking him off the books, and it works out great. They don't have to pay Ime Udoka now, who was suspended and probably had no future for the team because of what he did. So now the Nets are going to take him, and they don't care that he has a problem with whatever.
Women in the office.
We're
Yeah,
gonna
no more bad publicity for the Celtics. They get to rid themselves of all that.
Yep.
Try to push it as far back as they can. But I mean, he came from Brooklyn, so it's basically an internal hire because he was only out for a year.
That's true.
I feel like, I mean, if Brooklyn could do it again, they just promote him instead of Nash. But
The law
I
would be
think,
different.
yeah, I think he showed he can motivate star players to play their best. Obviously, with that run they went on in the second half of the year.
I agree.
Brooklyn has, I'm not sure about after tonight, but they had the worst defense in the NBA through 6 games before tonight.
Oh yeah, no, they got torched tonight too. Zach LaVine had
Yeah.
at one point at least 20 points in the fourth quarter.
Kyrie, 4 points tonight. Just, I mean,
He's a
we
mess.
could talk about that, but that could be a podcast in itself. I was surprised a little bit that Boston just gave him up for nothing to a conference rival. Like they could have
That's
asked
true.
for compensation, but
I think
nothing.
the compensation at this point was just getting him off the books. They
That's
don't have to
fair.
pay him
Yeah.
because they had to pay him. They were paying him to sit at home
Mm-hmm.
because he was just like that doesn't make any sense to me. And another we're gonna get into this guy soon, but it's a similar situation with Primo. Like he was getting paid because he messed up. The NBA rewarding bad behavior once again, but I don't know.
I think that's a good segue. Some other off-court news: Spurs released second-year player Josh Primo, who allegedly exposed himself on multiple occasions to a female employee. I mean, it's not really much to discuss here. It's just kind of unfortunate.
Yep. But
It's 19-year-old kid, but I don't know.
what are you doing? What are you doing?
Come on, we're better than that.
So many other women in the world as a 19-year-old NBA player. Why are you exposing yourself
How
to
did it get to that? Like,
the what is it? Probably like the injury management
yeah,
lady. Like who is this lady?
come on.
But he's getting paid. He got what is it? He didn't get cut. Did he got
He got released. He got waived.
waived? But they're paying his full salary this year. I saw they're paying his full salary, and another team is going to pick him up. Like he's ready to.
I did see, like, yeah, he's on like a 4-year deal, so his next 2 years are not included. But like any release, you get paid whatever's left the current year.
Yeah. So,
Um,
and then he's going to sign a contract elsewhere and start fresh. Like he's a 19-year-old with promise.
yeah, he's got potential.
Do you think he's going to be banished from the league at this point, or he's going to get in the second?
I think there'll be some time in between when he comes back. I think we'll see him again though.
Maybe in the G League or something.
Yeah, but I'd say not this season, if I had to guess.
Interesting. Stupid move. Celebrities and like
Yeah.
they just can't fuck it up. You can't do that.
No, that's it's throwing your career away potentially.
He had a great spot,
Um,
Popovich, but yeah, threw it away.
You talk about some actual hoops now.
Mhm.
We got the off the court stuff out of the way. The Bucks remain the NBA's only undefeated team at 6-0 after 2 weeks, despite not having Middleton.
Mhm.
Giannis averaging 34, 13, and 5. Who poses the biggest threat to them this year?
So in the East, I'd say the Celtics, number one. But at this point, they were my team. I picked them to win it all, and they've delivered thus far. Giannis is unstoppable. Drew Holiday is the most unsung hero of all time. Like that guy really changes that entire team, and he does not get any credit for it. He's been unreal to start the year. I know it's only 6 games, but he's been real good. Giannis MVP. Will they give it to him again? if they're the first team in the East and he's averaging over 30 points, 10
Okay.
boards, he's gonna get it again. So
Yeah.
I love it. Love to see they're doing well. And they don't even have Middleton, like you said. So they're only gonna get better. The team that can pose a threat to the defending champs of the East, and then because their matchups, the Celtics actually do match up well with them. Other than that, I can't think of a team that can match up with them.
Like I want to say Philly, but Philly hasn't looked good.
No, it put Drew
And
Holiday on Harden, and there
yeah,
goes that offense.
Embiid, he's been out with like an illness, but him and Harden when they played together haven't looked great.
Hmm.
I said my safe pick was Boston. Beat them last year. They know Giannis is going to get his. They want to force other people to beat them.
Hmm.
I don't think that would have worked if Middleton was there last year, but we could play that game forever. My, my wild card pick is Brooklyn because I think they're like a rotation big guy away from having all the tools a championship roster could possibly need. They've got scoring, KD and Kyrie, shooting, Joe Harris, Seth Curry, defense, Royce O'Neal, Ben Simmons, but they don't have a big. Like Claxton doesn't cut it.
No, I agree.
Um,
They're a scary team.
and this is assuming Udoka can help turn the defense around.
That's number one. Project number one.
Which, yeah, that's a project.
Can he do it? I don't know. But the guys like him. Kyrie, KD.
They respect him.
They
Yeah,
chose
they
him.
didn't. They did not respect Nash.
No. For whatever reason, like you'd think they would, a legend, but
Two-time MVP. Come on.
they had no love for Steve Nash. So maybe something else happened that we don't know about. I don't know. But they're a mess, dude. Ben Simmons, he's looked horrendous. There's more videos around going like he won't dunk the ball and wide open fast breaks. Like, dude, this guy,
refusing to shoot.
what is his problem? You think a couple years off, he work on your game, get your confidence back. He's looked the same. He's looked the same old Ben.
Yeah. I mean,
They needed Ben.
he's not bad. He's not bad, but he's holding them back from.
Yes.
He could be much better.
And that's what Philly and Doc was saying. They were like, dude, you got to wake up. You could be so much better. We need you. And he's out here passing up layups and wide open dunks.
Mm-hmm.
You're just like, what are you doing? What's going on?
Yeah.
What is the real? Is he really that mentally soft? Like, what's his problem?
He's taking pass first point guard to like the extreme.
And it's not good. It doesn't look good. So I don't know. That's my only problem with them. If he can somehow figure it out, then I agree with you. They're probably the team to beat in the East.
Yeah.
With those three firing in all cylinders, absolutely.
KD has been a walking 30 every night.
36 the other night. But he's their only offense right now. They're struggling.
Kyrie struggled tonight, but
he had a terrible game tonight.
He'll be there. He'd been playing pretty well.
Mm-hmm.
They've got shooters, like I said. Joe Harris hasn't really been himself. Yeah, Curry's been out.
Yeah,
Royce O'Neal's solid.
Good pickup.
3-and-D guy.
Yeah, they're a good squad.
Some other news. Bojan Bogdanovic, 2-year, $40 million extension with Detroit. He's averaging 23 this year, 50% from the field, 51 from three. Solid deal.
Great deal for him. It worked out good for him. And the Pistons probably don't mind having him too. Veteran
shooter for Cade.
Great shooter. Yeah. Works out great. Both sides. Rare instance where I would say it's normally an overpay, but
yeah, I mean, like he's a little he's getting up there in age, but they need a vet.
Yeah. I support it. I rock with it.
Excuse me. The Lakers got their first win on Sunday over Denver. We knew we were getting to this.
Yep.
Shot 43% from three. I'm going to give you their next 5 games. I want you to give me their record.
Okay.
New Orleans, Utah, Cleveland, Utah, Los Angeles, Clippers.
Oof.
First 3 at home, second 2 on the road. Technically, the Clippers is at home because same
Yeah.
arena, but
I'm gonna go 1-4.
1-4.
They're losing to the Pelicans. If Zion plays for
He's
sure.
playing. Yeah, he's
Okay.
playing.
All right. So
I think
definitely a
Ingram's out.
loss. Game 2, the Jazz, they probably split one. I'm saying they split one of those games. The
Okay.
Jazz have looked good. They play so hard every night. Like they're a team that if the question was, are people tanking for Wembanyama? The answer is no. They come out and they bust every night.
I think they're gonna calm down.
You
I
think?
think I think this is an aside from our conversation, but
Mm,
Silver mentioned at the beginning of the year how they're going to do all this stuff to try to dissuade people from tanking. And
mm.
now we're seeing the Spurs win 5 games, Jazz 6-2. Eventually, they're going to start losing games. They
I don't know.
didn't trade for 15 first round picks to make the playoffs.
But what if they're good and they can get all those picks? Imagine that's the ultimate
I maybe I
dub.
just don't think they're that actually good.
I agree. I don't think they are either,
Yeah.
but they look
So
good.
back to the Lakers. You think they split versus Utah?
They could lose both those games. Honestly, I think it's a better chance they lose both than win both.
Wow,
And that's where I'm at with the Lakers right now, dude.
that's fair. That's fair.
They have so many holes, and then they got another. What was the other games? Two tough games, right? The Clippers
Clippers, yeah, and Cleveland.
loss. They're not going to be able to score inside against that lineup defensively, and Donovan Mitchell has looked terrific, so they can score the ball. They can't keep up, and
Donovan
they
has
can't
looked like
keep
an
up.
MVP candidate.
Yeah,
He averaging 30 a game. I think Garland's been out since the first game, and they're 5-1.
that's true. They're one of those teams in the East that I guess could match up well with the Bucks if we're going to talk. We talked about that earlier, but
Mm-hmm.
they're definitely a team with the size. At least they've got Mobley that you were huge on, Defensive Player of the Year.
Yep. I don't think he's there yet, just based on some early games. He's still young, too
He
young.
is, but if they're
But
the first team in the East, second team,
yeah,
I can see it.
they've got basically everything. We were talking about Brooklyn having everything.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, maybe some more shooting, but Garland and Mitchell aren't bad.
No,
I've got first of all, there's no way AD plays all 5 of these games.
true.
He's missing at least one, maybe two. So
At
I'm
least two.
assuming he's gonna miss one of the Utah games.
Any back to backs or no?
No, no back to backs as far as I know. I'm gonna check that quick.
Because
I'm
that would
pretty
be
sure they're all. I know the
insincere.
Pelicans are tomorrow. Yeah, Friday, Sunday. And what about the other two? I don't think any back to backs. But I've got. They're beating New Orleans. They're beating Utah. Losing to Cleveland. Beating Utah. Losing to LA. 3-2.
3-2. I'd call that a. All right. Let me ask you this:
Uh-huh.
would you call that a win for the Lakers? Would you call 2-3 a win for the Lakers on this 5-game
No.
stretch? So
No.
it's got to be 3-2 for you.
We gotta beat at least one good team.
And do the Jazz count?
No. I know they're 6-2, but I can't call them a good team. A team that I think will be in the playoffs. Pelicans,
Mm-hmm.
Cavs, Clippers. We need to be one playoff team for it to be a success
That's fair.
at this point.
Mm-hmm. What are they? 1-5?
1-5. Yep.
They're desperate now.
It's getting ugly. You can't fall behind in the West.
Teams like the Jazz already got a 4-game lead on them.
Exactly. All of a sudden, it's January and we're in 12th. It's over.
You're selling at the deadline. They
Yeah.
want to be in a spot to buy, I think.
Oh yeah. I mean, I want to talk about. I don't know if you saw Miles Turner went on Woj's podcast
I did see
and
that.
was like pitching the Lakers to trade for him. I've never seen that before.
No,
I don't know how
no,
that's allowed, but I don't like it either. I don't.
you don't like that?
I feel like 2 first-round picks and Russ is too much to give up for Miles Turner and Buddy Hield.
Oh, I'd do that in a heartbeat. If you're truly trying to win now, that's what I'd do. If they don't do anything at the deadline, I think they're calling it quits with LeBron.
So you
That's
think you think Pat Bev, Buddy Hield, Braun, AD, Miles Turner?
that's good. You can talk me into that at least.
Pat Bev has, because Russ has been so bad, has gotten no criticism, but he's been awful.
That is true. But
He's stunk.
I trust that he bounces back. He's
Okay.
been a good 3-point shooter. Like I think he will
I
bounce back.
This is gonna sound crazy,
Oh boy.
but I want Russ for the whole year. His value is so low where you're not getting, you have to attach stuff to him just to get rid of him. It's not
That's
worth it.
true.
They're not good enough to where trading for Miles Turner and Buddy Hield is gonna, like, what does that make them?
I think that maybe
Legit? Like contender?
they need someone who can shoot.
A shoot, yeah. So I would rather, if we're getting rid of Russ and the 2 picks, I'd much rather go to like San Antonio and get Doug McDermott, Josh Richardson, and the big guy,
Yes.
Podol.
Yep. Jakob.
Yeah, he's actually legit. He's young.
Fine.
I'd
I
rather do
love that.
that. Yeah,
Love it.
I
But
just don't like Turner. We'd have to extend, which you'd have to do with Podol too, but he'd probably be less.
a little bit less, yeah.
And Healed, he's got 2 years on his deal, like 20 something mil. So that takes us out of any cap space we wanted for this summer.
That's true, but you got to do something with Russ, anyways. When's his deal up?
He's an expiring, so he's up this year.
All right, so he's gone.
Yeah, 50 million.
That would be huge.
Exactly.
But if you can get rid of him now, man, you're right. It would depend if you can get Buddy back. I don't know. I'd still do it if you're trying to win now. I think that's what they're trying to do.
You've got Braun and
AD.
hobbled AD.
AD's out there like it's like Game 7 of the NBA Finals. Like he's trying to play every game.
I watched some Pelicans AD highlights the other day, and just it's night and day. He's like Kevon Looney now, speed wise.
It's sad to see.
Yeah,
But his career's taking a turn with the Braun.
he was supposed to take the reins from Braun.
Mm-hmm. Couldn't do it.
There was a legitimate question whether he was better during that finals run.
And then what happened?
Yeah, he must have celebrated too hard. I don't know.
Injuries, gave up.
Started piling up.
Yeah.
Started foot off the pedal.
Mm-hmm.
Got the ring.
It's a shame. He was good. He was a really good player, and they need him to play better.
Which he hasn't been bad this year. He's just noticeably slower.
And looks like hurt all the time.
Yeah, every couple plays he's grimacing.
Grabbing his back.
It's always the back. It's always the back.
I don't know. He's hearing the noise though. He's hearing the noise about the injuries.
Which he gets more flack than Kawhi does, and Kawhi, I don't think he'll play 50 games this year, 40 games. I don't think he'll play half the year.
That's stupid. That shouldn't be allowed. But
yeah, he's a rare case. I guess he can do what he wants when he's got 2 Finals MVPs.
Yeah, that's true.
Let's get into our weekly picks segment.
Mm-hmm.
Last week, I went 3-0, the first of the year. You repeated with a 1-2 record.
Terrible.
We got 3 good games this week,
Yep.
starting with Celtics at Cavs tomorrow,
Okay.
Bucks at Timberwolves on Friday, and then Suns at 76ers on Monday. Who do you got?
You know what? I want you to go first this week.
Oh, all right. All right. Switch it up.
You're 4-2. You're riding high. I want to hear what you have to say. Game 1, Cavs, Celtics.
Celtics, without a doubt. Cavs just beat them on their home floor last week. Levert owns the C's. I think he
Owns
had,
them.
50 plus that one game when he was on Brooklyn.
Hmm.
They blew a 20-point lead. He had 40 last week. I think they blew a 15-plus point lead again.
Mm-hmm.
I think the C's respond with a win in Cleveland. Next game, Bucks at Timberwolves. I really wanted to pick the Timberwolves, but they have played some of the worst teams in the league this year, which we can talk about shortly after this. And they haven't looked good. They played the Spurs 3 times, lost twice. Played the Thunder twice. The Lakers, who obviously aren't good.
No.
I've got the Bucks staying
Mm-hmm.
undefeated. Suns at 76ers. I hate the Suns. They're sneakily 5-1 right now. And I got them. I got the Suns here.
Wow.
I think
Interesting.
Philly's not there yet.
I wonder if Aiton will be back. He's going to be out. He's out right now. When's he back? Do you know?
I didn't realize he was out.
Something's going on with him. He's not playing tonight. At least maybe the week, I heard.
Injury?
An injury, yeah.
Mm.
I'm not sure exactly what it was, but
That's important for Embiid.
big matchup. They've got some young guy in right now. He's not looking bad. And
Oh, is it Jock Landale?
Yeah.
He's solid.
It's
He's
him and
solid.
Bismack.
Yeah.
So I'd rather see him. He's looked good.
He's been pretty good.
Yeah. All right. I like your picks. So officially 4-2 in the year. Those are your 3 picks.
Celtics, Bucks, Suns.
Suns. Okay. I like it. I'm gonna go Cavaliers, game 1. Levert, Donovan Mitchell, too much to handle for the Celtics. Defensively, they haven't been as good as they were. Offensively, another shootout. I think if you're going to bet the over, way over in points, neither team plays defense, even though they're good defensive teams. But last time it was 123, 122 in OT. So good game. I do like your angle or a little revenge spot, but tough spot. Cavaliers have been good at home, especially. So I'm going to go Cavs. And then game 2, Bucks, Timberwolves. Like you said, Timberwolves have been bad. And the story on them last year was they play down to their competition. And then on the flip side, they also play up to some of the best teams in the league. They look good, at least in the regular season. And then last year in the playoffs, they played up to the Grizzlies. They looked really good.
Could have beat Memphis.
Definitely, but just didn't happen.
They led going into every fourth quarter.
Mm-hmm. Too young. So they go out, get Gobert, which we can talk about and debate if that was a good move or not. But yeah, so I do think they play up to their competition. The spot's going to be huge for them. Young guys, will the Bucks still be undefeated at this point? I don't know. But I think they take their shot at the Bucks and they win the game. So I'm going Cavs, T-Wolves, and then the third game. I don't know. Am I going to go opposite of you all 3 games?
I think it has to at this point.
76ers at home with no Ayton potentially. He might be back. I don't know. But either way, the Suns, they're playing well right now versus Minnesota. Like you said, they look good. I don't know. It's a tough game, real tough game. The Sixers, they haven't, but they always do seem to play the Suns good, I feel like. And
they've been playing better. I think they started like 1-4. They're 1-3. They're 4-3 maybe.
Yep. They've lost a couple bad games. Like every team though at this point. The league is even. So I'm gonna do it. Sixers, my third pick. 0-3. We'll see how it gets me. I mean, you've been dominating me, so might not be a good sign.
I can't wait. I can't wait. The Bucks play the Pistons tomorrow, who they just beat. So that'll be. I think they'll still be undefeated at the time of Friday's game, but we'll see what Detroit can do.
Yeah.
But appreciate everyone tuning in tonight to week 2 of Beyond the Buzzer for this NBA season. We'll see everyone next week, and appreciate everyone tuning in.